Hey guys, and welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball. Now, I tell all my in-person online students, do not swing at high pitches. It's one of the worst pitches we can swing at because it's one of the easiest to miss hit. But occasionally we get two strikes on us, occasionally. And when occasionally we have a hit and run and we have to hit a high pitch and we have to hit it solid. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you one of the biggest mistakes players, even with good swings, make that leads to miss hits on high pitches and how you can start correcting it right away. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, guys, we got a lot of great content coming out this year, and if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's the only way you can get notified when we come out with new content. And make sure you hit that like button. That really helps us grow the channel. And if you guys have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. Leave them in the comment section below. Now, guys, I can't reiterate this enough. Swinging at a high pitch, meaning a pitch, let's just go ahead and define a high pitch real quick. So our hitting area, our ideal hitting area is going to be anywhere from the belt to the knees and in between. You know, if it's a little bit higher than that or a little bit lower than that, it's okay. I'm talking about pitches that are going to be about maybe, roughly around chest high, somewhere around there. High pitches are just no good. A lot of hitters will tell me, "Oh, I love high pitches." Well, we love high pitches because they're closer to our eyes. We can see it, and if we do hit it solid, it's much easier to get nice backspin on it, and we can hit it really hard. But it is very difficult, like I said in the intro, to hit this ball solidly on a consistent basis. So if we have to swing at a high pitch, what is one of the biggest mistakes that we can make to make it very difficult to hit it solid? Well, it's pretty simple to understand if we look at it visually. When we get into our setup, like we talk about in the Pro Speed hitting system in the Pro Setup section, the setup is designed to set our axis, meaning our spine. So it's actually our center of mass. For all practical purposes, we can say it's our spine. And we need to just understand the simple physics that everything in motion seeks 90 degrees to its axis when it maximizes its speed. Meaning, this bat, no matter where it is, when it maximizes its speed, is going to try to get to 90 degrees to our spine whenever we're swinging the bat. So, if we are changing the axis, then we're going to be changing the path of the bat. And it's going to the bat is always going to be trying to seek its axis. So that leads us right into the biggest problem that I see when hitters, even with good swings, try to swing at high pitches and have a really hard time hitting them solid, is they'll be set up for a great swing. They'll see a high pitch and they'll actually come out of posture. You'll actually see them come out of their hip hinge. Their back will straighten up. They come out of posture to try to hit this ball all in one motion. So I'll try to make a swing like that, where I start off in normal posture and come up, and you can see there that changing the axis. So let's just say, for instance, if everything is seeking 90 degrees to my axis on a normal swing, I'm going to have a great swing path. It's going to be uninterrupted into impact. Now, if I change, this is seeking 90, now I change my axis, I stand up or I squat down, now the bat's going to be trying to do this while it's coming to the ball, and now it makes it very, very difficult to hit the ball solid. And we just simply cannot fight physics. That's just how this works, and we need to understand how we can control it in order to allow ourselves to hit a high pitch more solidly. And what we simply need to do, guys, is a very simple fix, is make sure that we stay in posture when we hit, and we don't stand up and we don't come out of our hip hinge. Meaning our hip hinge is where we hinge from our hips, and our posture is the angle that we are in at setup. Meaning, let's just say I'm at a 20-degree angle here at setup. Again, I don't really know what my specific angle is right now, but let's just say I'm in that angle. I need to make sure I maintain that angle as I make my swing. So if I maintain that angle, it means I stabilize my axis, which is going to give me my most uninterrupted path to the ball, which is going to give me my best possible chance to hit this terrible high pitch solidly. So I'll go ahead. I'll take a swing here. Again, this pitch is pretty high for a pitch that I want to hit in the game. If I get in the low stride position, I'm going to make sure I maintain my posture, and I can get a pretty good solid hit on the ball. It's much, much more easy because I'm not changing my axis, and I can have an uninterrupted path to the ball. So how do we work on this, guys? It's very simple. We want to do everything in progressions, and what we want to do is we first want to start off in a normal tee height, which is going to be in the perfect tee setup. We talk about it being about mid-thigh height. It's going to be the middle of the hitting area that we want to hit in. So we want to start off on a normal tee height, and first and foremost, make sure that we're not coming out of posture when we swing, that we're not standing up. If that's pretty good, now we're going to go ahead and raise the tee to a higher level. So we're going to make sure that this is just above the waist. Let's just say it can be a little bit higher than the waist right here. This is going to be a pretty high pitch to try to train on. So now that I've got a high pitch on the tee, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get in my low stride position. I'm going to make sure I maintain my posture, let my hands go out to the ball without changing my body, and I'm going to make some swings. Again, it's much more easy if we're not moving around our axis. Now, once you get that pretty comfortable and you can hit the ball pretty solid on the tee, what you're going to want to do in your practice sessions, you're simply going to want to take separate time to swing at high pitches, because I tell all my hitters that we do not want to swing at high pitches in batting practice unless we're specifically working on it. And you only want to do this when you have someone throwing overarm or a machine, because if you're playing baseball, you don't want to throw underhanded and throw high pitches, because we don't want the ball to come at an angle upwards. If you're playing softball, it's completely fine because we have underhand pitching. But if you're playing baseball, you want to make sure anything batting practice-wise is overarm, so you're seeing the right angles whenever you're hitting. Say, hey, I'm going to work on hitting my high pitches. I'm going to stay in posture. And you can do this at like easy batting practice, where it's just like kind of a flick where they're throwing it just nice and easy. And you work on staying in posture. And it's really helpful to film yourself while you're doing this to make sure you're not coming out of your hip hinge and standing up when you're trying to hit these balls. And then you can work that in to just a part of your practice session. Let's just say you're doing two-strike approach. Make sure you're maintaining your posture. It's good to maintain your posture on every single pitch. Just going to help it a lot when you're trying to hit the high pitch with two strikes or a hit and run type situation. So it's going to take a little bit of practice, a little bit of work, but if you're maintaining the posture, you're going to give yourself the most uninterrupted path you can and allow yourself the best possible chance to hit one of the toughest pitches solid every single time. Now, guys, there are also some mechanical mistakes that will make us come out of posture, even if we're trying not to. So one of the biggest ones that I see that doesn't allow us staying in posture is not getting a proper weight shift. If our weight is shifting funky, it can change our axis very easily, making it almost impossible to stay in posture. Well, I've got a great bonus for you guys. I'm actually going to play one of our best premium videos from our website that's going to show you how to shift your weight properly so that you can not only shift properly and be able to support more speed, it's also going to allow you to stay in posture much more easily by making sure you're controlling your center of mass and your axis even more. You guys can get instant access to that video by simply clicking on the iCard that's popping up in the top right-hand portion of your screen or in the link in the description below. I'll see you there in a second. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to now start showing how our weight shift is involved with the release of the bat. We just simply need to understand exactly where we want to be in our weight shift. So we're going to get a lot more specific. We're going to be talking about the timing of getting the back pocket in front of the tee at the same time we're hitting the ball. But the first thing we need to do, guys, is we need to rep this out and make sure that we can definitely get the weight transfer that we need. So we're going to put our arms across our chest. We're going to get at least 100 repetitions